Good. All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Up and In Show. We are downtown at our downtown culture media location. We got a new background finally. It looks super dope. I'm fired up about it. This is our first episode with this new slat wall and these shelves and everything, CJ. So, yeah, we're fired up. This is nice. And I got a good guest with me, a new guest, somebody new to Baton Rouge, relatively, I guess. We're going to dive in and learn his story. But CJ Daniels, thank you very much. I appreciate you joining me, dude.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. So did you have practice today? You had all kind of workouts? Or you light day?
We just had workouts this morning. Wasn't too bad. A little speed training and a lift.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. I know athletes are busy right now. This is your time to be training and get ready for next year and stuff. So I appreciate you being with us and taking the time. But why don't you let our listeners know, give us a sentence or two, who you are, what you do, that kind of stuff.
CJ Daniels. I'm a student athlete at LSU. A transfer from Liberty University, and go Tigers.
Are you still getting used to saying an athlete at LSU?
Yeah. I had to think about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Think where I'm at.
Yeah. All right. So, 4 years at Liberty, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Liberty's out in Virginia. You were a 3-star out of high school or something?
Yep.
I don't know how all those
3-star
stars
out
are
of
and
high school,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, but so I know some publications have different ones
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. But grew up in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about what life was like growing up in Georgia. I know football super big down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So parents, were they big athletes? Was sports big in your life growing up?
Growing up, my dad was always a more of a basketball guy, so he kept me as a multi-sport athlete. I actually did a lot. I did soccer, track, basketball, football. There was a lot of things that I did growing up. So, he kept me in the gym. Whatever it was, he just wanted me to be the best at it. But as far as growing up, in Georgia, football is really a big thing out there. I think we got the best football in the country, if you ask me. A lot of people might say Texas or Florida, but I think it's Georgia. We got the best competition. But growing up, coming out of high school, I wasn't really heavily recruited. I was a 3-star athlete coming out of high school. Only had like 6 offers. They were all group of 5 schools, a couple FCS schools, and I just had that chip on my shoulder.
I love it. Yeah.
Had that chip on my shoulder, like why, but I didn't ask why. I just put the grind in. Went to Liberty, and I got well developed, and I just bet on myself, and it's just a grind, and just to see how far I came, and now that I'm on the biggest stage that I can be, it's a blessing.
Hell yeah. Now we're happy to have you, man. That's awesome. I love that. I'm excited to dive into your story, that underdog mentality and stuff. Did Pops play sports back in his day?
Yeah, so my Pops went to Benedict College. He finished his degree there, and he played basketball there as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he tall?
No, I'm a little taller than him. He probably like 5'10".
So he's a ball
5'10".
handler. He's a point guard or something like that?
He
Okay,
can dribble. He can
Nice. What position do you play in high school?
As far as basketball?
Yeah, basketball.
I played everything.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I might have came up with the ball, and I might have been guarding the center. So
I love it.
yeah, I did a little bit of everything.
Nice. I played basketball in high school too. That was my thing. I grew up in Jersey.
Played basketball was big out there.
Big out there. Yeah. And so my freshman year, dude, I was 13 years old. Think about this on varsity. I was 13. I played against, I'm sure you heard St. Anthony's with the Hurleys and all that and everything. Yeah. So they were number 1 in the country, bro. Think about this. They had 13 D1 players on their team. They had 15 guys on the team. I'm like, so your second string's full D1, and then another couple players are D1 too. Like, it was nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. So I always enjoy when somebody played high school basketball at a high level, so we can talk about it a little bit and everything. Did you have any opportunity to play at the next level in basketball?
Yeah. So actually, I came back off an injury from football my junior year, and I came back. First game, I dropped like 20 points at a tournament, and I got offered by two small schools.
Okay.
I think one was like Point University, the other one I can't really remember. But I had some opportunities for basketball too, man. It was crazy.
What was your first love? Is football your first love?
I'd probably say I think basketball was my first love, but I think just the opportunities that came from football made it worth my while. So I think I went on ahead and went with football.
No, I get it. Basketball is my first love, first and foremost. Literally, my dad had to sit me down my sophomore or junior year, and he was like, son, I love that you love basketball. You're good. You got some small offers, D2 pretty much. I was pretty much a D2 basketball player. Right. But a couple of D1, I was like, no, I want to go. I'm going to do both. And he's like, stop. He was like, you're actually getting some love in baseball. Facts. And he was like, just look at the numbers. He was like, there's 12 guys on a basketball team. He was like, there's 35 on a baseball team, and you have minor leagues. He was like, you have there's so much more opportunity numbers.
Right.
And I was like, damn it, I hate that you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to go to a big school, and I wasn't good enough to play at LSU. So that's why I always like to ask too. Like, was it a hard decision to pick football when you had an offer or two, or were you like, nah, I want to go D1, like go play at a higher level?
I don't think it was hard for me. I think I was. It's just that competitive nature. It really didn't matter. It really didn't matter what I did. I just wanted to get to the highest level as possible. So I went and chose football.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what was the recruiting process like? You said you had a couple other offers, 6 offers or something you said? Did you go on visits to other places, or was Liberty kind of like the best school, best offer, you wanted to go there?
So it's crazy for me. Like the first 3 offers that I had was all from the military academy.
What?
I had Air Force,
No way.
Navy, and what's the last one? Army.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, I don't know why they're recruiting. Like, I'm not going to the Army. Like,
Did you have good grades and everything?
Yeah, I had good grades. That's what they see.
Yeah,
Like, he's a good kid.
Yeah, exactly.
We could use him in a way, but I'm just like, man, like, I can't come back and serve like after my time is done in the league. Like I can't commit to that. So I had a couple other schools, Stetson, Southern Illinois, and Liberty. But the only visit I took was Liberty, and Liberty was coached by Coach Hugh Freeze, who's now at Auburn.
Yeah.
And the background of Hugh Freeze and what he has done at Ole Miss and the other places that he's been at in the past, I was like, yeah, like, I think this is the coach that's going to put us on the biggest platform. And going in, they had a quarterback, Malik Willis.
Oh, yeah.
So he was the quarterback coming in when I was coming in. So we spent a lot of time together as far as us being up there before we went to Liberty, because he's from Atlanta as well. So we spent a lot of time there just bonding and stuff like that. And, yeah, it was amazing. So, we put it together and went on ahead and went to Liberty.
Damn, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's pretty dope. So you guys still pretty good friends?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We still talk from time to time. That's my dog.
That's really cool. Were you guys rivals in high school? Or did you guys not really play each other?
Yeah,
and stuff?
At least I didn't play. He's like 2 years older than me, so I don't think I played him when I think they might have played him. My school might have played him when I was probably a freshman or something like that, but not to my knowledge. I don't remember playing.
Gotcha.
Him. Yeah.
All right, so you get to Liberty, freshman year, you're getting some games, I saw, and then sophomore year, and you battled some injuries, right? One year, didn't you got hurt? So talk to me what that was like, what injury it was, and then, my whole career I was hurt. Like, I feel like, so that's something I'm always passionate about talking about. It was kind of like what you learned from injuries and stuff like that.
For me, so going into, it was my third season. Okay. It was 2022. First day of spring ball, I'll never forget the day. March 4th. It was the last period of practice, man. I was going on a fade. Quarterback threw me a back shoulder. And I just kind of turned weird, and my leg got caught in the turf. So, like, at that point, I knew something was wrong. Like, I heard a crack. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life. I had a torn ACL, torn lateral meniscus, and medial meniscus. So,
holy shit.
So, a whole leg was destroyed.
Yeah, you're like, fine.
So, for me, what they told me was, they think I could be back in 6 months. Like, that's, I don't think that's possible.
That sounds like a lot of
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, no.
But for me, like, I was actually down at my lowest, man. And, my parents and all the coaches, they were so supportive of me of just, grinding. So I didn't take a day off. I didn't go on break. I was there all summer just grinding and do what I can to get back to where I was, if not better. And so I ended up coming back in 6 months.
Let's go. Week. Holy shit.
So I came back like the third game of the season.
Okay.
Came back and played. But I knew I wasn't at my best, so I told Coach I think it would be better if I just took this year red-shirted. So I ended up playing in 4 games that year.
Okay.
Caught a touchdown versus BYU with a brace on my knee.
Damn.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And we ended up playing in a bowl game as well. So, yeah, it was a lot of adversity I had to fight through, but, I wouldn't want this journey any different.
No, absolutely, man. I say that all the time. I think there's, different types of athletes that go through injuries and the real ones, make it through and learn something, pull something out of it, right, and stuff. And you kind of mentioned your family and the team and everything, but that was your support system. They were good to you.
Most definitely, they was.
I love that. That's really cool. All right. So then you roll into junior year, but I want to talk really about last year. Last year, you guys balled out, right?
Yeah.
13-1, kind of set some records at Liberty and stuff like that, right? And you guys, if I'm not mistaken, you guys played Oregon.
Yeah, played Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl.
Damn, Bo Nix and everything.
Crazy.
That's got to be crazy for you guys, huh?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So talk to me about that experience. You guys are obviously having a career. You're having a career year. You wound up being, I think, second team all conference, right, and all that. But talk to me just about what it was like, kind of ascending as Liberty, right? And I'm, no disrespect to Liberty, but it's not the household name that maybe you hear on SportsCenter all the time. So you guys were doing some things that must have been pretty fun.
So first off, second team all conference USA, they robbed me. I should have been first team.
Yeah, I'm like, I was reading those numbers. I'm like, who the hell is in conference USA? Who got first team?
I was confused. They had, I forgot who they had up there, but he ain't even had.
Yeah, exactly. You can't even. No offense, but yeah, you can't remember.
But yeah, so we had a coaching change. So Coach Freeze ended up leaving right after the 22 season, went to Auburn, and we got replaced with Coach Chadwell. So Coach Chadwell had a vision set in mind already that, we gonna win the conference, and we just like, I mean, I guess
let's go.
Like,
all right.
I guess like we just wanted to play ball, not really knowing what the outcome was gonna be, but. I think a lot of things that we did off the field, we did a lot of team bonding events. I think those team bonding events like definitely translated to how we care about each other, not just off the field, but it shows like how we play. So each and every game we went out with a chip on our shoulder that, the first couple games we were winning and we just like, bro, like, man, we can't be beat, bro. Like,
I love that.
And we really put this together like we can't be beat. So me, I had a great connection with my quarterback.
That's cool.
Caden Salter, he was my roommate. So, we did a lot of things together on and off the field. So I think that chemistry also translated to how we play. And, us going 13-0, not knowing that we would be in the New Year's Six Bowl, like it was history, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was history, and us just seeing our name versus Oregon in Arizona, and man, it was once in a lifetime, bro. It was crazy to see that.
What was the biggest crowd or like people like stadium or thing like that you guys played on stage wise comparatively to that bowl game before that?
I think in my college career, I probably played in a couple big games. I'd probably say Syracuse. We played at NC State one time. Yeah, those were probably the biggest games. BYU was pretty lit too.
Yeah,
it was nothing like that Fiesta Bowl. Man. It was different. Right? I ain't never been to the West Coast.
First time,
bro.
That's cool.
It was tough, bro. I had a blast out there.
Arizona's fun. Where was what town it was? Was it in Phoenix?
It was in Scottsdale. Yeah, it was lovely out there. Yeah. It was a whole new world.
Scottsdale that is one of my favorite cities to go to.
It was a whole new world, man.
Yeah, that's how long were you guys out there for a bowl game?
We were probably out there for a week.
Oof.
Yeah.
I know you boys had a good time.
Great time.
Yeah, we'll leave that off camera. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that for you guys. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way you guys want. You lost against Oregon, but 13-1. I mean, setting that kind of standard for Liberty and everything for you guys, kind of set you guys up for the next level and everything too. Right. So that's super dope.
For sure.
All right, so you graduated from Liberty, right? Talk to me about the transfer portal. Obviously, there's a ton of new rules. I'm way older than all that stuff now. Right. So how does all that work, like to decide to continue playing and transfer?
So for me, it was a little hectic for me. So literally our game was January 1st. I entered the portal January 4th. So like 3 days after our game. It was crazy. And it was literally just like nonstop calls from literally everywhere.
No way. Everybody's just now. It's like it's recruiting all over again.
Bro, my phone was blowing up the whole day. I couldn't get a break, man.
Because they know there's a window. And they have their certain people. They got a board.
They got to bum rush me.
Yeah.
So I had to from the first day I was in the portal. Like I had to like narrow things down. It was crazy. Yeah. So I had where I wanted to go versus the people that really show that they care about me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, just scheduling visits, just talking to coaches and, just trying to figure out what would be the best decision for me and, what I want to do in this life and my draft stock. Because that was the biggest thing for me going somewhere that, that'll be as close as possible to the NFL because that's my goal. So Yeah, so I had to narrow down some things really fast.
Who were some of the schools? Do you have a list or did you have an idea?
Yeah, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I broke it down into the coaches that were really honing on into me and that would help me develop as a player. So I took visits to Florida, Texas. It was big.
Damn.
Florida,
Yeah.
Texas. Where else did I go? I came here last.
Okay, smart.
I can't even remember where else I went, but
Yeah.
it was hectic. I went on like
That's crazy. But I mean,
5 visits in 5 days.
oh my God,
Yeah.
literally. So you're just literally because
I was going from place to place.
holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh my God, it's like a tour.
It's
Like,
crazy.
You're just literally
it was crazy.
and literally everybody's just showing you everything and trying to make you feel well.
Literally.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because is there a date that you have to commit by too, or something like that?
I think it was a certain day that I had to be out of school. It might have been like January 16th.
Okay.
So literally, I came to Louisiana like the 11th or the 12th,
Okay.
And-
Oh my God.
committed, and I had to flip everything around just to get back here. So
Holy
yeah,
shit.
it was crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we're happy you did. That's dope. What was something that you think stood out for you for LSU? I mean, obviously, we were talking, before we flipped on the cameras and stuff. You got Malik and you got BT
Right.
going in the draft, and doing their thing. So, and you said you kind of knew Jaden a little bit or something. So, what was it for LSU that kind of like got your attention? It was like, this is home for me.
It was honestly when I walked in that receiver room, man. I seen all like the greats on the wall, man, and
Yeah, there's been some great ones that come
and
through.
me just knowing like how I want to be used as a player and my goals, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing Justin Jefferson, Jamar, Jarvis, OBJ on that wall, bro. It was like I could be a part of something great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And as a receiver, I think this is receiver you. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You
Dude,
know
they
what
say
I'm saying?
DBU, but I'm like, yo, it's definitely wide
It's
receiver.
been receiver you for the past couple years.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I really love what BK is building over there. Like, I just feel like the class of athletes, I've sat down with a couple of your teammates in the last year or two, and I'm just like, yo, these, like, all y'all are just, even just 10, 15 minutes of sitting here with you, getting to know you, I'm like, dude, these are the kind of athletes that we want in
Right.
Baton Rouge and stuff. So just the legacy that BK is putting together, I really think that you guys are going to have some fun this year.
Yes, sir. I think so too.
So that's awesome. I love hearing that. And you said, obviously it's a big day tomorrow for the boys. You were out training a little bit in LA.
Yeah, so I went out to Cali with a couple of guys. I went out with Ricky Collins and Chris Hilton. We went out to Cali to go see what the draft life is about and
That's awesome.
the league life. And we kicked it with Jaden Daniels. We trained like every day. We were out there like 2 to 3 times a day, man. And just seeing how the process works, man. It was amazing to see of what's to come.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas was out there as well, and it was just great to see how these guys work when nobody's around
Yeah.
and how consistent they are as well. So it was really good to see.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that. You think Jaden has any shot at going number 1 overall? I've been and they're all laughing at me because I've been saying it for months. I'm like, yo, and nothing against Caleb Williams, nothing. Like, I'm sure he's a great. I'm not. Don't get me. Football is not my background, but I do know enough about sports to know that number 1 overall pick is such a coveted pick, right? And some of the things that Caleb was saying, I'm like, bro, I just don't know if he fits that number 1 mold. Like, he seems like a little bit of a liability.
Yeah.
Here,
For me, I think Jaden's my number 1.
Right.
If I'm being honest, but I think the Bears locked in on Caleb right now.
Do they?
So
Yeah.
I think Jaden might be locked in there too.
I know.
But-
I know. All the sports books. I'm a gambling person, so I look at all the sports books and everything, and like it is like crazy no brainer that Caleb's going number 1 overall. But I still have hope for Jaden. I think I met Jaden one time, and the dude is just an absolute stud. Seems like a great
Good
kid.
people, yeah.
Exactly. And just that's the kind of person that you want to draft
Right.
number 1 overall and like to be the face of your franchise. So it don't matter where he goes, he's going to be successful.
Exactly.
I hope it's a good fit for him and stuff. What have you learned? If you have you learned anything from Malik or BT? Have you got to work with them one-on-one or anything? Or be in the practices and anything from them?
From what I seen on film, I watched a lot of tape on them, is that they play with a high motor. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
They don't really take breaks. You know what I'm saying? They consistent each and every play, and it seems like they're able to refocus after a mistake or after a drop, and them just having that ability to refocus on the next play is really big because, you know, in life we handle a lot of adversity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that actually translates to football and why they're able to do that. So them just playing fast, being physical at the point of attack is the biggest thing I've seen them do.
I love it. That's awesome, man. You spoke about adversity a couple of times now. You know, obviously we talked about the injury, and then you just kind of brought it up even in the moment, right? Talk to me about something that, you know, adversity has taught you in life. Is there anything specific? I know we talked about, you know, epilepsy awareness and stuff like that, but is there anything off the field, anything that you've battled that you want to share that you kind of learned from in life?
For me, growing up, my mom has epilepsy. She was diagnosed with it at 5.
Oh, wow.
So she's been living with it for about 41 years now.
Wow.
So she's now 2 years seizure free, which is a blessing.
Wow, that is awesome.
But you know, just seeing her going through the trials and tribulations, not only made me worry, but it made me have something to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
So I give her all the glory, man, and of what she's done and how far she's came, and that's literally my why. That's my why. That's why I do things, and you know, I dedicate it to not just my family, but to her, because she deserves it. But that's literally like adversity. Me seeing her go through that lets me know that, you know, I can make it through anything. I can make it through anything. So,
dude, I love that,
yeah.
man. That's thank you for sharing that, man. But yeah, no, absolutely. When something close to you like that is something you see every day, and see somebody kind of battle through those things, and that's exactly it, man. I have my older sister. He's 16 now, but she has a son that has Down syndrome. So that Down syndrome's real close to me and my family.
Wow.
But that's exactly it. If you watch this kid, you know, every single day, he's like the happiest kid in the world. Puts things in perspective for you, you know. So sometimes if you had a bad game, you drop a few passes, you know, but you understand and you have perspective about things in life, right? And it can kind of keep you on that track to bounce back and be able to do the things you need to do on the field. So I love hearing that. And shout out to your mom, man. Sounds like she's an incredible woman.
Yes, sir.
And I love hearing it again. It sounds like you have a great family life and good foundation for what you do and stuff. And you know, it's no accident that you're sitting here on this couch as an LSU athlete and poised to have a great year this year. So
thank you.
What do you think you're looking forward to the most being at LSU as a new student athlete here?
Playing in Death Valley.
Let's go.
Like
105. What is it? 105? 110?
I think it's like 105.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Me seeing a stadium and being in the stadium, like, it was crazy. Like, at Liberty, we only held like 25,000 maybe. So that's like what, 4th or something like that. Like,
that's literally gonna be the number of like opponent fans that's gonna be in a little section.
I heard it's like 30 to 60,000 on Tiger Walk.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, bro. I still get chills because you know, as LSU is amazing. This is why you come here. I'm telling you, because at 15 years after I was there, people still welcome me down on the field, and I'm down there, and I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I love hearing that you are going to get to experience that. Like, I can't imagine what's going to be going on upstairs.
I can't wait. You're out there.
Yeah. How do they simulate that in practice for you guys? Like, do they do anything? Is there any crowd noise that's different? Because obviously that's going to be a huge difference for you, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I have seen in the spring, there's so many people out there.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know like there was this much media or this many people that's coming to watch practice.
Yes, practice.
So I don't think it's going to be close, but it's definitely been a lot of people just stargazing and looking around. But, you know, the key thing for us is just to lock in on what we got, the task at hand.
That's cool. Who's been kind of taking you under their wing, or who have you seen that has stuck out as a leader on this team so far for you, especially coming in as a transfer, not knowing some people and things like that?
For me, I probably have to say Garrett Nussmeier.
Yeah.
He's definitely took on the role to, you know, come in and take advantage of the opportunity because, you know, it's up in the air. A lot of people had a lot of questions of who's going to be the next guy. And,
yeah, absolutely.
I think he's definitely has been doing a good job as far as leadership and, you know, bringing the guys together.
So we're on the Nuss bus?
Nuss bus, man. And also Will Campbell, too. From the jump, I seen his leadership just by the way he talks to people, man. Really? It might not be what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear.
Oh, I love that.
So, yeah, Will Campbell as well.
Sometimes that's where leadership goes, right? Yep, absolutely. That's super cool. Damn, I was just going to say something, too, that I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. I had a specific question. Don't be laughing at me over there, Abby. Will Campbell. What was I going to say? Damn it. I know you don't know. I'm just trying to think of it in my head. But no, I think this year's team is going to be a lot of fun. Are there any surprises, for you? Oh, I know what I was going to say, but I'll ask it after now that I have this one. What, obviously as somebody coming into somewhere, you set expectations. You have an idea. You kind of formulate things in your head. What has been a surprise for you, good or bad, that you've kind of been eye-opening to?
That's a great question. Man, that's a good question.
I just forgot what I was going to say, so you got time, trust me. I mean, there's no wrong answer here.
I'd probably say for me, just everybody being athletic. Coming from a group of 5 school, man, like everybody's the same height here. Everybody's damn near the same weight, bro, and it's like everybody can move.
Yeah, just the quality of athletes.
Bro,
right?
it's crazy, bro. Like we got linebackers running sideline to sideline in the blink of an eye, bro, and it's just D linemen the same way, and it's just crazy to see that everybody is on the same level, and it's SEC ball. So
really
I expected it, but like just to see it in person, like
it's like actually eye opening.
Man, everybody can fly around.
Yeah. So it really is that different, huh?
Yes,
it really is.
Yes, it's that different.
Shit.
I probably say like the biggest thing from Group of 5 to Power 5 is probably the interior. So D-line and offensive line, I don't think it's really a difference of defensive backs and receivers, like skill-wise. But, yeah, everybody on that interior, man, they huge and they can move. So that's probably the biggest eye-opener that I've seen so far.
That's wild. That's cool. You kind of talked about Nuss, kind of taking this opportunity to step in after Jaden and everything. Now, you got some shoes to fill, with Malik and BT leaving. How do you kind of handle pressure? How do you view pressure, and that kind of, I guess, if there is pressure there after
that? For me, I try to, disregard was not important. A lot of people can pull up stats and what if, like, what will he do? Like, I just try to focus on what I have to do and, just be in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not get too high and not get too low. Just stay in the middle path and just be where my feet are.
Yes.
That's probably the biggest thing for me. Because if I think about the future, I get anxious. And bringing back the past, it won't make it any better. So there's really nothing I can do about anything. So I'm just trying to focus on what I have in front of me. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Super dope, man. I love that. I'm going to let you get out of here in a couple minutes, but I do something that's important. This show is called the Up and In Show, and I like to try to just get up in the minds of people that are successful, top of their craft, right? That kind of stuff. You just talked about it a little bit, but you're like, be where my feet are, be present, and stay in the middle way kind of. Do you do any mental training? Do you guys have a coach over at LSU that does any of that kind of stuff that kind of works with you guys?
So we did a lot of mental performance training. Like right when I got here, we had a mental performance training literally every Tuesday and Thursday. So we had that for like the first month I was here. So it was crazy to see that, they really put time into the mental aspect of things because there are a lot of things that as student athletes that we go through that we don't talk about.
Absolutely.
And for them to care and understand like what we go through was crazy to see because, literally right when I came in, mental performance training, I'm like, what? A lot of schools don't do this.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that, we see the ins and out and they just know who we are and how we think.
That's cool.
How we carry ourselves. So that's really big as far as being here.
That's really good, man. It makes me happy, too, that you guys embrace it, too, because I remember kind of when I was playing ball, especially when I first got into pro ball, the Red Sox were kind of more advanced with that kind of stuff, and they were pushing us to do it. And I don't know. I've always been important on mental health. It's always been something that I enjoyed learning about. I love the brain, love the mind. And I truly believe, like, physical performance is all related to how everything's going up here, right? Like, I mean, how often – you just said it, basically. Everybody out there looks very similar, right? The difference is who's going to push their brain, who can believe in themselves more, who's more confident, who's going to make the right decision, right? Those little things come down to it. So if your brain's not healthy, whether that's mental strength, mental health, all that kind of stuff. I've always believed that is like kind of the precursor to full-on success.
Right.
So I'm happy to hear you guys embrace that. Your generation's a lot different too, where there's a lot more information about how important that is.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So you guys, when they do that kind of stuff, it's almost like exciting for you guys. You're like, dude, we fuck with this.
Yeah, we need this.
Yeah. Okay.
Something we need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we talk about it too, right? Mental health, especially as men too, right? Alpha males. You're supposed to not deal with a bunch of bullshit.
Exactly.
You're supposed to just always be good and straight and all that stuff, right? So I do appreciate that they are doing that stuff. And you do see, I gave a talk over at LSU one time with, I don't know if you know Garth Brooks is the big country singer and stuff, but he's passionate about, teen and collegiate suicides. And you just see so many student athletes putting so much damn pressure on themselves and stuff and to perform. So I do like that they are doing that kind of stuff with you all around, just making that kind of stuff good. So. Any specific thing to you that you use? Now we don't have to talk about mental health if you don't want to, but like that you use that complements your game, right? Visualization training, meditation. Is there anything specific that you use?
For me, every night and every morning, I just give the glory to God.
I love it.
Probably the biggest thing for me, I have a prayer journal where I just write down the things that that's out of my control, because I feel like if I give it all to God, He takes all the weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
So I just every night I just write down like the things that I can't do anything about, just to take the stress off me and to uplift it to Him. And I think it definitely gives me a calming sense. So that's probably one of the biggest things that I do to help me cleanse.
Very cool. No, I like that a lot, man. All right, I'm gonna let you get out of here. You got any goals? I was gonna say 3 goals, but do you have any goals that you're kind of got pinned up on the wall that you want to talk about for this year coming up?
Yeah, I got a couple goals for me. Just to have the utmost confidence in what I do each and every day. Another goal is for me to go first round. That's probably a goal for me.
Go.
Bring my family along with me to the draft and accomplish what I wanted to do since I was a kid.
Yes.
It's been every kid's dream, and it's been mine since I was a kid. So that's probably another goal. Trying to think if I have anything else in mind.
That's a pretty good one, though. I think in general, I think that's super dope.
Yeah.
Keep visualizing that, manifesting that, feeling that, because you put yourself in a pretty damn good position to be able to do that. So I'm super happy for you. I hope it all goes well for Malik and BT this week or tomorrow. I mean, so that way you can follow in those footsteps and be that next guy up for LSU, man. This has been a real pleasure talking to you and get to know you for 20 or so minutes, something like that. But I'll be following this year and definitely wishing you the best, CJ. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.